It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. Coming up next.
On a warm afternoon in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina, EA Sports brings you to Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's the former Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro, to get us started. And off we go from uptown Charlotte. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Bringing this crew out, it's someone known for his big arm since he entered the league back in 2016, Jacoby Brissett.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Brissett going to go to the air right away. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Brissett. That's complete to Bell over the middle. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they're trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Right back to Bell, and it's caught once again. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Brissett again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
It was a second straight season of 9 sacks for Brian Burns, who continues to ascend as one of the league's best young pass rushers.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Here's Brissett. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Mayfield on first down. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers. Robbie Anderson, 45 yards. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering just how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats says 21.8 miles per hour. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
A first down throw for Brissett. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
The sack goes to Damian Wilson. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
To try again after the sack. Brissett looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Brissett sets to throw it.
That's it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
But Tommy Tremble, the intended target,
but it's going to be 2nd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield.
Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And the Browns are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Brissett to throw on 1st.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Brissett. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Let's go to Sam, man. I gotta do here. Play a little aggressive, baby. Let's rock.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
First down, Mayfield. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Tremble. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Moore. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Cleveland offense making their way out. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 2nd and 10, Brissett. He's got him in, complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Give him 32 on the play. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Brissett. Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Brissett. Over the middle, complete. It's Bell. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down.
It's easy to get caught up in 40 times in measurements, but when I watched David Bell play at Purdue, all I saw was an absolute playmaker. Named the conference's best receiver last year, and twice went over 1,000 yards as a Boilermaker. This is a guy you've always got to watch out for, and he knows how to move the sticks. Picks up a nice 1st down right there.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Brissett. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Brissett now. Looking for and finding Amari Cooper again. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. First down, Brissett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 15.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Play fake. Mayfield. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this time they were waiting for it as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to air one out for Anderson, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Brissett. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. From his end zone, it's Demetric Felton. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, a one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Brissett. Forced out to his left.
Throw complete to Bell.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Brissett. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brissett over the middle. Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. On first down, they'll run with Chubb.
To about the 26 here.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Brissett sets to throw it. Going for it all. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Brissett. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Brissett. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
first and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Punt. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Now Brissett.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. When you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can make a case that there's 11 in the box. There's just no room. So I'm with you. You've got to find a way to push things downfield a little bit. Any type of space is better than what we just saw there. And that end result, not one that's satisfactory to them.
This is third and goal. Brissett. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns are back within a score.
No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Throwing, Mayfield. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Mayfield finding Anderson for the Panthers first.
A handoff left, McCaffrey.
He'll get this to about the 38.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
2nd and 8. Now Mayfield. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. 3rd down here. To throw, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
They begin this drive with Chubb. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, the big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Brissett. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
Terrace Marshall, the one he was looking for.
And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Come on, baby, get low.
Following the sack, Mayfield and the Panthers staring at a 3rd and long here.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hekker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Brissett now. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Throwing again on second down. Brissett got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Brissett.
Tries the right side, and he finds Bell.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Again, it's Brissett. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this one incomplete. I couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now brings up 3rd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. On 3rd down, Brissett. Over the middle, Cooper with it. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
This a 43-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through.
And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Browns. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. And the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They go play action. Mayfield.
They'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Mayfield to throw it. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And again, it's Chubb. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete.
He was looking for the Michigan Wolverine, Donovan Peoples-Jones.
That'll bring up second down. Throwing, Brissett. It's caught, Cooper.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Brissett.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Come on, baby. Come on. You ready to rock? What's the deal, y'all?
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Haven't been a defensive coordinator yet, but think 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. To throw is Brissett. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 12-yard line. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Brissett.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to have the football
as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. 48 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Partner, I think that play echoed a short yardage run. I know they're backed against their own goal line, but when they stack the defensive line like that, if you find any type of a crease, you're up to the third level before you know it.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on first and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Flushed out right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield over the middle. That's complete to McCaffrey. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Mayfield on first down. He's got Anderson on the slant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. This is McCaffrey on the give. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Mayfield. For Marshall, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. And it's caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now Mayfield. That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
To the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the 2nd half. Downward to the sideline, and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw, Brissett. Pass incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Caught the defense off guard there a bit on second and long, but now you still have to deal with third and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Brissett now. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. To return is Roberts. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there of playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield now. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop it.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
On third down, Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Eddie Pinheiro on now. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Brissett's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Brissett. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Brissett. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Brissett. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on second and goal. Brissett toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. Third and goal. Brissett sets to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. York able to send this one through, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Responsible for well over 100 yards of total offense, but still hasn't found the end zone. You think that's in the back of his mind going into this drive?
It's always in the back of the mind of a player who's having that type of a day, because you want that gratification for your work, right? You want that stamp on top of everything. But bottom line for him, he's doing great work. Sometimes it just opens it up for other people to actually get into the end zone for him.
The runners, you know, would they rather have 60 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 150 no touchdowns?
I think more than likely 150 and no touchdowns. But all the runners that I know would say, I'll take 150 and 3 touchdowns. They're greedy that way. He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
From the 27, Mayfield.
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Amari Cooper and the rest of the Cleveland offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 1st and 10, Brissett.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brissett. Escaping the pressure right.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Once again, we got to get it done as a group.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Brissett. And he completes it to Hunt.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
A 1st down throw for Brissett.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Brissett. They'll go screen here to Hunt.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
66 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Brissett. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Throwing, Brissett. Eluding the... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A very costly sack there on third and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on fourth.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it third and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. He's going to go up top for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better, had time to survey the field, and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Now Brissett on fourth down. And incomplete on the deep ball. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Panthers will get the football back. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Let's focus in on what we got to do here. Hey, what we got?
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, third and 1. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third and 1, here's Mayfield. Open man is Anderson. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Second and 11 now. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.